Welcome to County Portal, your simple source for local government services and public records. Let's get started.
Why does the United States have a federal Department of Education? It seems like a permanent fixture of our government, but it's actually one of the youngest cabinet-level agencies, and its creation was intensely debated. For most of American history, education was strictly a state and local matter. The federal government had a tiny office, first created back in 1867, mostly just to collect data and statistics on how schools were doing across the country. It had no real power. That all changed in the 1970s under President Jimmy Carter. The push to create a full-fledged Department of Education came down to three main arguments. First was consolidation. Before 1979, federal education programs were scattered all over the government, buried deep inside other agencies like the Department of Health, Education, and Welfare, or HEW. Proponents argued this was incredibly inefficient. By creating a single, dedicated department, they could bring all these programs under one roof, streamline the bureaucracy, and make the government's role in education more focused and accountable. The second reason was about status. Supporters, including many educators and parents, felt that education wasn't being treated as a top national priority. By giving it a cabinet-level seat at the table, education would have a stronger voice in Washington, a dedicated budget, and the prestige it deserved. The Secretary of Education would report directly to the President, ensuring that schools were always part of the national conversation. The third, and perhaps most critical reason, was politics. In 1976, the National Education Association, the country's largest teachers' union, gave its first-ever presidential endorsement to Jimmy Carter. A key part of their support was his promise to create a Department of Education. This was a major political pledge, and Carter followed through on it. However, the idea was extremely controversial. Opponents were terrified of federal overreach. They argued that a powerful federal department would lead to a one-size-fits-all national curriculum, stripping control away from local school boards and parents. Many feared it would just create another massive, expensive bureaucracy that wouldn't actually improve student learning. Despite this fierce opposition, the Department of Education was officially signed into law in 1979. The debate didn't stop there. Ronald Reagan even campaigned on abolishing it. Today, the department doesn't create a national curriculum, but instead focuses on administering federal student aid, enforcing federal civil rights laws in schools, and collecting data to see what works. So, its creation was a mix of wanting efficiency, elevating the importance of education, and fulfilling a crucial political promise. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this quick history lesson interesting and want to learn more about how our government works, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos. See you next time.